Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It's the 22nd. It's September, and it's 2025. And I am at a rest stop on the side of the road. I gotta hit a shower sometime soon. I gotta shave. It's hard to tell, but usually I can just shave with a wet washcloth. You know what I mean? What are you gonna do? At any rate, I'm talking back and forth with a couple of people, and something just suddenly dawned on me. Israel is seeing a turn in support from the American and world population like we've never seen before, whatsoever at all. So Israel decides we're going to get 100 people together, 100 shofars, and we're going to do this event live worldwide. Now these are their words. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. Let me find something, an article or a news clipping or something. And the only thing I could find, and the only thing Will from Truth is Stranger Than Fiction could find, was an AI video. And that's the video that I put in the video I put up yesterday. And when you start listening to it, I'm thinking to myself, oh, I see what they're going to do. Now I understand why suddenly this is going to be broadcasted, broadly casting a spell. You know the drill. We're not going to get into Hollywood and the wood being made from the Hollywood tree and so forth. You guys are already past that. I'm going to assume that you're graduate level conspiracy theorists, because we don't listen to the news. We actually look things up for ourselves. But whatever. Why would they broadly cast this for all to see? You know what I mean? Especially during a war, genocide, a war that they're having right now. You know what I mean? And I started listening to the words that this only video I could find about this that was AI had to say. And it kept reiterating one specific thing. And that caused me to pull over while the sun was still up to make this video so I could upload it with Starlink, something that's been around since I was in the military 40 years ago, 38 years ago, 37 years ago. It's not new. This technology's been around since I was at Fort Benning in Georgia. It's simply relabeled, but blah, blah, blah. Listen to this, or don't.
Israel is summoning something terrific. Right now, the Israeli government is preparing for an event never seen in the nation's history. On September 24th, 2025, Rosh Hashanah, Jerusalem will sound 100 shofars at once, broadcast live worldwide. 100 priests, 100 sacred trumpets, one earth-shaking blast. For over 3,000 years, this holy moment has been intimate, never coordinated like this, never shared with the entire world. Why now? Why 2025? The shofar has always signaled divine intervention, repentance, the presence of God, and, in Christian hope, the coming of the Messiah. 100 trumpets, one coordinated blast, one global audience. Are we about to witness what no generation has ever seen?
So did you catch it? Israel is summoning something terrific right now. Okay, I can see that happening because Israel is completely evil, and it seems to be the epicenter of everything, because how does a small country like Israel control the United States? But whatever. But then they say this. On September 24th, 2025, Rosh Hashanah, 100 priests will be assembled, 100 shofars at one time. And the sound of the 100 shofars at once will be broadcast worldwide live with 100 priests. But this is what kept sticking in my head all night long. 100 sacred trumpets, one earth-shaking blast. One earth-shaking blast. And for over 3,000 years, this holy moment has been intimate, meaning no one's ever seen it outside their little circles. You see what I'm saying? I get that. Never coordinated like this. And notice you can see the frequencies coming out of the shofars they're showing. Never shared with the entire world. Why now, 2025? Well, it's Project 2025. They're celebrating getting this done. The shofar has always signaled divine intervention, so they're summoning a spirit. And then they show Palantir's office space, or what you would consider Palantir's office space. And then one more time they reiterate a great blast. A 100 trumpets, one coordinated blast. Are these jerk-offs going to do a false flag where it appears that everybody watching on television worldwide and all their devices sees Israel get attacked? Do you see what I'm saying? A false flag event live on TV, better than 9/11 because everybody's already watching. It's being broadly casted live. And that would turn the tide because now they would be the ultimate victim, which is what Israel's always been. Let me explain something to you for those that don't understand it. 6 million people lost during World War II. That's their claim to fame. That number was included in the Balfour Declaration. That number is completely contrived. Just so you know. Just so you know. I know a lot of people aren't going to like that, but it is what it is. In my opinion, we're going to see something insane, like a false flag attack. And they just saw the evidence with the Charlie Kirk exercise, or whatever it was, how people reacted to it spiritually, physically, mentally, and they're going to do a one-up on it. Watch this. Mark my words. And for everyone that always thinks that September 23rd is the end of the world, I've never once in my entire life ever said anything would be the end of the world. Ever. It's an end so they can start their new beginning. And if you don't understand they're doing their new beginning right now, please unsubscribe and go away. Or don't. And I need to ask you guys to do me a solid, okay? Go over to my channel, Jailbreak Overlander, and watch the video I just did on a friend of mine's truck. Because I had this video scheduled to upload automatically last Saturday. But then I made the huge mistake of posting a 20-second short on Charlie Kirk, which resulted in a community guideline strike. Shocking. They took the video down and my channel got its first strike. The only problem with that is I took the video down, and then 2 hours later, actually I think it was like 4 hours later, they gave me a takedown notice, and they gave me a takedown notice on a video that wasn't there anymore. So what I'm trying to say is, now that my 7-day suspension is over, nobody is seeing the video at all. At all. So do me a favor. Play this video in the background, put it on mute, and just let it run, and help me beat the algorithm on this, because this is bullshit. This is the only joy I get out of life. Seriously. It's the only joy I get, and the money that I make off Jailbreak is negligible. I don't even make enough to cover 10 tanks of gas or 5 tanks of gas a month. But I love doing this. I don't have family. I don't have friends. I don't have a wife. I don't have kids. I share my adventures with you guys via videos. It's the only outlet that I have. So if you can do that, that would be terrific. It doesn't cost you a thing whatsoever at all. Thank you. Recently, I mentioned this guy in a video, and I was researching something, and I came across him, and I didn't know who this dude was whatsoever at all. I noticed that he had the camera and the camera and the camera. So he's working the system, and he's been on Candace Owens. And the only reason I'm even bringing this guy up right now is because Truth is Stranger Than Fiction drew the exact same conclusion that I did, because I've left links to this guy's channel because he was doing good work. But let me explain something to you. Finding the truth now and doing truth videos is easy. We did all the work 15, 10 years ago. Go to Corbett Report or Alien Scientists. You want to know exactly who did 9/11, how they did it, who got paid, who got killed? It's all out there. Sandy Hook, it's all out there. Every conspiracy, geoengineering, it's all out there. So these guys don't even have to research anymore. They simply look up old videos, grab the links, and represent it. This dude, I used some of his info, so I left a link. Well, now I got to put him out there because he's recently completely flipped it, and now he's pushing everybody towards AI. I have to make a confession, he says. I've been using AI. Well, you know what? Let him say it. It's Ian Carroll. First of all, I got to say, I wouldn't trust anybody that looks like that at all. But it is what it is.
So I've got a confession to make. I've been using AI to do research.
So yeah, apparently it turns out researching any topic under the sun that so many of us spent so many years researching, finding all the links, getting on the speakers, getting on the authors, getting on the documentary makers. These guys aren't even doing that. They're simply going to AI, which is probably linking them to channels like myself and so many others. You see what I'm saying? I'm not taking credit. I'm just saying. This dude is completely directing everybody right in the wrong direction. Everybody should use AI. Well, you're not a researcher if you're using AI. You're a mouthpiece, period. COINTEL Pro, period. And I'm not the only one that thinks that. For instance, listen to this. Or don't.
But speaking of shills for enhancing ourselves with AI, did you guys see this video that was put out the other day by Ian Carroll?
So I've got a confession to make. I've been using AI to do research. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how are you going to trust it? It's going to lie to you. It's going to hallucinate. You're going to get dumb. That's cheating. And I get it. That's how I felt for a long time too. But I'd be willing to bet that by the end of this episode, you'll agree with me that AI is a way more effective way to do research than using search engines.
And I mean, people have already been finding his whole sudden rise to, TikTok and YouTube fame sort of bizarre, to where now he's like a regular on the Candace Owens show, and he's been on Rogan and all that. When like not that long ago, he started out making videos about what was it, like chemicals in shampoo? I don't even know. He blew up on TikTok after the pandemic, and now here he is talking about how he's using AI to go through all these emails between Epstein and Ehud Barak, and explaining how he'd never be able to sift through and decode and translate all this information without AI. I just find it quite ironic that we're having people advocate for the use of AI in order to, quote, expose the various connections of a criminal like Epstein, when AI is the very thing that replaced Epstein. And Epstein was all about transhumanism anyways. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. So whether Ian Carroll was brought into prominence specifically for this task of trying to get the truther community on board with using AI, or if he's just really a regular dude who blew up on TikTok after COVID and found himself with this huge platform, it's kind of neither here nor there, because at the very least, he's a clueless sellout who has no idea what he's advocating for. But personally, I never did trust that mustache.
At any rate, that's all I got. I'm on the side of the road at a truck stop, and I still have to download this from Adobe Premiere Pro to Adobe Media, and then upload it to YouTube, upload it to BitChute, and upload it to Rumble. Because that's what I do, and it's a pain in the butt, and I still don't and won't ever use AI. Ever. It's unbelievable. This dude he waits till he gets to this size of his platform and then goes, oh, by the way, I've been doing all my research with AI. We did all the work. Now, I'm not saying me specifically, but a couple of things I definitely uncovered. Neuralink, I broke it before Joe Rogan. Geoengineering, I've been talking about it since the very first video I ever put up ever, and then everything else just comes out in the wash. How is this guy on Conspiracy Theorist Strictly? He doesn't get hit for it ever. His channel is flourishing. He's making serious money, and he's never come across what AI actually really is. At any rate, pay attention, because we're going to see some stuff we ain't never seen before. They're going to pull out all stops. At any rate, get your money out of the bank. Get your money out of the bank. I don't know why I keep looking. I can see my own eyes, and it looks like I'm looking over there. Whatever. Yeah, there's no script over there. You see what I mean? Like, I obviously don't use a script, but whatever. Get your money out of the bank, because no matter what, at least all the money you've saved up your entire life, they won't steal from you. You'll actually have it in your hands, gold and silver. Don't get the 401k gold thing. Have him ship it to your house. Who knows? I might even be the one that delivers it to your house, because that's been done before. At any rate, Richie from Boston. If you see something and you're not sure whether to believe it or not, hit your knees and pray to God and ask for discernment. Some of us use strictly and only discernment. We don't use AI. At any rate, I'm out.